Hi everyone. So today I'm going to talk about being the single friend at everyone's wedding, because honestly it's an experience, a personality trait at this point. So every time someone gets engaged, I am genuinely happy for them, like truly. But there's also that tiny moment where I think, yes, another event where I will be sat between the groom's cousin and a strategically placed candle. And don't get me wrong, weddings are beautiful. The speeches, the music, the dancing, the love. I just love celebrating the people I care about. But being the single guest, feeling like its own sort of secret role, really. I become the designated fun one because I will dance all night on that dance floor. I become the extra person in the group to take photos. The person's, the relatives there, whisper to me, "Don't worry, dear, you'll be next." Meanwhile, I'm eating at the buffet table on my own, or glass of wine in hand, sitting on the table on my own. And then obviously there is the seating plan. So married couples, engaged couples, couples who met on the way to the venue. And then there's me, holding a clutch bag and a bag, I guess a glass of Prosecco. I was going to say bottle, but a glass of Prosecco, like the emotional support items you've got. It's not sadness, it's not jealousy, it's just that weird mix of happy for them, but wondering if I'm supposed to feel something about my own life in comparison. Sometimes I do, most of the time I don't. Depends on the lighting and how many Prosecco's I've had, really. And then obviously there is the dance floor, couples swaying in their little bubble of romance while I'm vibing with the DJ because he's the only man giving me consistent attention all night. People always assume being single at a wedding must be depressing. Honestly, mostly it's just awkward, really. Like being a guest star in a show where everyone else is a series regular, basically. But here's the thing that I learned. Your life isn't behind. You're not missing a deadline. You're not failing because your name isn't being printed on, embossed invitations. Your story is just unfolding differently. Sometimes I leave a wedding feeling hopeful, like love is still real and beautiful and worth waiting for. Other times I leave thinking, right, I'm buying a dog. Both are valid. Being the single guest doesn't mean you're alone, because I definitely don't feel like that. It just means you're still becoming. It means you show up for your friends, for their milestones, for joy that isn't just your own. And maybe one day you'll have your moment too, or maybe you won't. And your life will still be full, rich and meaningful in no ways, in ways no table plan could ever capture. So if you're always a single friend at everyone's wedding, you are not the odd one out. You are just on your own timeline. And you're allowed to enjoy the celebration without it turning into a comparison game. But I'm curious, how does your wedding guest survival strategy look? Are you a dance floor warrior, a bar area philosopher, or the one befriending grandparents? Because I do that and they all end up loving me because I'll chat away. Either way, you're doing just fine. Remember that. Thank you.